A very good morning, students. Today we will going to discuss about the process of training. That what exactly the steps involved in the training process. As you can see, this is the circle. This is the cycle from which, in which the number one is it starts with decide if the training is needed. The second one is to determine what type of training is needed. Third one is to identify the goals and the objective. Fourth is to implementing the training program, and the fifth one is to evaluating the training program. Now let's begin with the first one is to decide if the training is needed or not. So let's discuss about that. The training is something which is important for all the employees, and nobody is perfect in this world. So training will be required for each and every employee at certain point of time for completing and accomplishing their roles and goals in the organization, but it is required to understand that when and what type of training is required for all the employees, right? So the first step is the training process to determine the training needs. The overall process of purpose of this assessment phase is to determine if the training is needed, and if so, then to provide the information required designing to the training program. Now, there are the training is conducted for one of the more of these reasons. The first one is required legally or by order or regulation. The second is to improve the job skills or move into a different position. And third one is for an organization to remain competitive and profitable. Now, for this particular decide whether training is required or not, for these three things, for this thing, the assessment will be conducted at the three levels. The first one is the organizational analysis. It is the examination of the kinds of the problems that an organization is experiencing, where they are located, where within an organization. Then the second point is the task operational analysis. And an operational analysis identified the kinds of the skills and the behaviors required of the incumbents for a given jobs, and then the standard of the performance must be met. And the third one is the personal analysis. The objective of the personal analysis is to examine how well the individual employees are performing their jobs. The training should be given to those who need it. So, analyzing or assigning all the employees to training programs regardless of the skills or they are having in the organization. The next one is to determine what type of training is needed. Now let's talk about if the training is needed. The first step was there. Now determine what type of training is needed. That will be depend on the employees. That what type of performance they are having in the organization, where they are lacking, and if they are not lacking, then what other things will be required for them in the near future. The third one is to identify the goals and the objectives. Now, it is once the employee training needs has been identified that the employers can then prepare for the training. Now, clearly stated that the training objectives will help the employers to communicate what they want their employees to do, and to do the better on what they are doing. So learning objectives do not necessarily have to be written, but in order for the training to be as the successful as the possible, they should be clear and thought out about the training begins. Now, the fourth one is implementing the training. Now, if you have decided all the things from where the training is required or not, if it is required, then what type of training is required, what are the goals and the objectives of the we need to set for the training, and then lastly, when all these three steps has been set, we need to go for the implementation part. Now, we need to implement the training program which we have designed already. Now, in this, there are certain types of things which has been involved. The first one is on the job training, and second one is the off the job training. Now, in the on the job training, there are so many things which has been mentioned in the books and in other notes as well. You can go with that. You can go with the Google. You can help and take a help in the Google as well. And off the job is basically is also related with when you are not into the organization, but yeah, you are taking the training program. On the job is related to the work equipments. You are using the work equipments, and you are in the organization and taking the training part. Taking part in the training program. The last one is the evaluation of the training program. Now it's very much important for all the employees who were the part of the training need to know that where they are lagging behind, why they are lacking, on what type of the skills that will be that was required, is that bridge the gap or not. So this is all the five steps which are important for the training process of training. So this is all for the day, students. I hope I've discussed all the things very clearly and completely. Thank you so much, students. Have a great day.